Hello everybody, today we are going to talk about the convert constructor and we'll talk how to overload operators. Okay, first imagine the problem like that. We have two integers, for example int a that equals 10 and int b that equals, for example, 20. Now when I do something like a plus b, the result is 30, right? And that thing is very easy, right? We know that something like that would happen. But when both types are different, like that, this thing is a bit confusing. It should be, at least. Because, hey, this is different type and this is different type. Well, when we do something like that, there are different types. Why? Which type I should choose here? The integer or maybe double? That thing is somewhere specified. Okay? And there might be a problem when we create a class and we want to, for example, add two classes to different classes. Oh, that would be problem, right? And it could be also a problem when if we wanted to, for example, check the equality of two objects. Do they have equal elements, right? The properties. Yes, that will be a problem then. Because, for example, when we create the strings, for example, text1, and then I will create the second string, like that. And, plus text1. And I will send to the output text2. You'll notice that strings are now connected, right? They're connected because of using that plus sign here. But hey, plus was really used to add what? To add 10 plus 20. So it was used to add numbers. So because the string is really a class, right? We can go there, here, and then, for example, here. We can read about that. Well, we don't know about templates yet, but we'll know about them soon. We know that it is the class, and it means that somewhere there is specified the plus operator for just strings. Because notice that how the strings work. Well, we are reading one character, second, third, fourth, fifth character, and the sixth character is null, is that 0, right? I told you that it's like something like \0. And this thing is telling that he should stop reading, right? This our string. So in order to add one string to another, we should just change that thing here to the address of that thing here, right? We are making them together. Well, the situation that I just told you about is like that. We are making them together, so we are changing that null sign, that \0, to that sign here, right? To the address of that guy, and then he's reading until he meets that \0. And that thing is somewhere done. There is a function that is overloading that plus operator. Okay. And when we were talking about the situation like, let's go back, like that, we should notice that this is int, this is double, and the result is what? Is double. So it means that somewhere here there is something like that. This is the implicit way of changing that type to that type, right? It's the casting. So when we create our own type, we should know how to do things like that. Okay, so for example, I want to create a class. This is theoretic example class, and we call it integer. And now I want in our class, the private section, to have the property number, so int number. And now in the public section, we need what? We need the default constructor that won't do anything now, so we'll just do something like that. And we need something that will assign here value. So we'll create something like that. Integer int value. So we are going to this number. We are going to assign here, well, number. Now we can create our integer. So integer a, I will assign there 50. I can build and run the program, and well, we need also the get function. So int get number, return number, like that. Let's send to the output the value, and as you can see, we have 50 here right now. And look, normally we can't do also something like that. Our compiler won't know that we want here send to the output the value 50, right? But if I had something like that, the value would be sent easily to the output, because the integer from the C++ knows about that operator, right? That two angle brackets. We also can specify that, but we won't talk about it right now. I want to focus on other things. Look, for example, when I create int b and I want to assign a to b and then send to the output at b, let's see. As you can see, I can do it. What about that? To the a, I want to assign 100. Sorry, let's comment that thing also. As you can see, this I can do it, but why can I assign here 100? How our compiler knew that I want to do that thing? Because really, that thing here is called the convert constructor. Convert constructor looks like that. We are creating here the method with the name like our class, and then we are creating the parameter here that will be here on that side, on the right side, right? And then the thing that is on the right side, so here, so the integer, that object that I want to assign to our object somehow, will be assigned here. So if I did it, for example, something like that here, look, this is 56 now. Even though I wrote here 100, so 100 was sent here, but, well, I'm assigning here 56, okay? So we can specify that. So now we can do it. If we had more properties here, right, we could also do it in that method. But what about situation like that? I want to also be able, for example, do something like that. It's also cool to be able to do something like that, right? How to do that? Well, notice that this thing should be really converted like that. We should be able to convert the a, which is integer, to int, right? So this thing is really, that casting is really an operator. So we'll do something like that. Operator, then name of our operator, and then we'll specify that thing here. So we should go to our integer, then we should go into operator and then int, like that. And now here I will just return this number. So let's see if it's working. As you can see, we're able to assign here that value A to B, right? We can now do it the explicit way, or we can do it the implicit way, like that. And everything will work fine, as you can see. So we are specifying the integer operator, right, in this place. And we are returning the value that should be returned when somebody uses the integer operator, so the casting, like here. But you know, we can do it explicit way, but we can also do it the implicit way. Okay. And now what about situations like that? I want to do something like A plus B. This thing will work fine, because he is now translating. Well, we have both the convert constructor, and we have also overload the operator int. And because of that, he knows that he has to now change this guy, for example, to integer, right? Well, for example, this guy to the integer, and he will know how to do the rest thing. He's doing the implicit way. The problem is if we wanted to do something like that. A is, for example, plus, well, A plus equals B. This thing is really what? A equals A plus B, right? And then I will send to the output A get number. Can I do it? Let's comment that thing. As you can see, we can't do it because here we have an error. No match for operator plus equals. We have to just tell about that operator. So operator, and that operator will return the integer plus equals, and here is the type that we are taking. Soon I will explain it, so don't worry. So int, integer, operator, and then plus equals integer, and here we can call it something. The integer here, it will tell us what will be returned by that thing here. Okay, so we should, when we return here, for example, 50, let's see what will be the result. As you can see, it's 100 still. It's because this is just the returning thing. We didn't change anything here. Well, we didn't change anything in our class. So we should do what? This number, and if we did it that way, everything will work fine. As you can see, we changed it. The thing that is, well, here is really here, in this place here. So we can now do something like O dot, and now then we'll get the get number function, right? And then we'll add to is this number, and then we can return this number. Now, as you can see, the value is right, because here is 50, here is 100. 100 plus 50 is 150. So everything works fine. Okay, that's all in the lesson. Thank you very much.